What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Brakecast. I am your co-host, Brandon.
And I'm your co-host, Jake.
And today we have a special guest, someone new on the podcast. Zach, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you know us.
Well, yep, obviously. My name's Zach. You might have recognized me from the Guy Yells F-Word series we got going on.
The most popular video on the page. So he's a celebrity on Break Vlog.
Yep, I think 200 and close to 20,000 views now.
Yeah. 220K.
Yep. Glad to be a part of that. But yeah, I'm Zach. I'm 22. I grew up with both these two. Went to high school together. Kind of just grew friendships out of that. Now recently, I live with my fiance in Fulton, Missouri. I work at a place in Jeff City, which is about 30 minutes away. I build transformers. So I guess you could say I'm working on the new generation of hangout spots for the new kids.
Oh, yeah.
So you're building Optimus Prime.
Pretty much, you could say that. I don't know what kind of age group we're looking at here, but I mean, as a kid, I remember riding my bike, everybody meeting up, sitting on them green transformers and just having a good old time for however long.
That's true.
So
That's kind of segueing into our topic. So we're kind of talking about hanging out versus parties. This is kind of a loose topic, so pay attention, stay tuned. We're just going to start firing stuff off. And, as always, you got anything, comment down below. We'd love to hear your stuff. So, Zach, you want to kind of start us off on the topic and what you were sort of talking about, and then we can get into it?
Yeah, so I feel like there's a fine line between a party and a hangout, but I also feel like you can go back to a square could be a rectangle, but a rectangle can't be a square. You can have a hangout be a party, but a party can't be a hangout. So, just kind of compare the two, what we each think's a better way to go about it and different ways to go about it.
That's true, because there's my bad. There's kind of that medium of the kickback, the classic hangout, but there is some binge drinking involved. So yes. I think a kickback is sort of a great in-between. If you're itching to rage your face off, but you're not trying to get hyped up, you just want to have something low-key. I think a nice kickback. Sit on the couch, drink some beers, Pong, beer die, which is, remember, Break Vlog endorsed. Don't be playing Pong if you can play die or Snappa. Pong is for the high schoolers or getting chicks.
That's right.
In one night, you can hit all three, too. Start with a hangout, and then it moves to a kickback, and now you're at a party.
That's true.
All just depends on the night.
That is really true. I know kickbacks personally. So we have here in Arizona, we have something called a power hour when you turn 21. So it's the night that you turn 21. And basically, remember, Break Vlog does not endorse binge drinking. But when you turn 21, like during the night, you drink as much as you can. Midnight, you pop a champagne bottle, and then you go out to the bars. But that's what I would consider like a cool kickback that can turn into a party. Because if you got a lot of friends, all of a sudden, a lot of people are showing up and having a good time. But if you want to keep it smaller, you can keep it as a kickback. And I've had some really good memories at those. I had my own power hour. Don't remember much, but it was a great time. But that's definitely an example of where a kickback, to me, can turn into a party if there's a lot of people there. Or if you're underage, you just want to keep going. You just stay there and keep going.
You can have two hangouts merged together, and now it's just one big party that turned from two hangouts.
It's true.
It's kind of what I thought about that.
Yeah, it also probably depends where you're located too. If you're, let's say you're in college town with all your friends living in apartments around you, that could easily turn into a party pretty quick.
They all just merge.
Yeah. Hey, reference to last week's podcast, even though we're filming this the day after, we talked about apartments and looking and meeting new people. Remember, you meet people in your apartment floor, you can have some hangouts and parties and stuff like that. So that kind of ventures into this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Should we talk about different types of hangouts, I guess?
Yeah.
We got bonfires.
That was a key one. I thought about it. Bonfires
can do all three.
Yeah.
Bonfires. And then I don't condone drinking and driving. Find yourself a safe buddy that can drive.
Or an Uber if you're.
Or an Uber. But that's not as much as where I'm going with it. You can have a nice solid booze cruise. That can always be lit.
Make sure you're not driving if you're booze cruising.
Yes,
because the officer
have
won't
a friend that has
something
else going on either later that night or the next day where they don't want to I always love a solid booze cruise.
Also, make sure that's in your state laws too.
Yes, yep.
Yeah. Don't.
Open containers.
Yeah. Yeah, like Julian with the open liquor when he was driving the car.
That was every time.
The Trailer Park Boys, man. That's
Yeah.
still the #1 break vlog recommendation.
You also got your casual house parties. You know, you have somebody come over, and now you just got a bunch of buddies. But going back to what a hangout and a party is, I feel like a party is more of you don't know everybody. A hangout, you just have all your buddies. Everybody's close. You got mutual connection there. Where a party, you go out with your friends or by yourself or with someone and just go meet new people and have a time.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's even, I think so for me and how I define it, a hangout is like you and like your closest people, people you know. A kickback is like the close people you know and like mutual, so you get to know them, but in a more relaxed setting. And then a party is like some people, but then there's like randoms that you've never met, so you get to meet new people. And obviously, since there's randoms, like you can go a little crazier because like you don't know some people, so it doesn't matter.
You might never see them again.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, you got a party like you'll never see them again.
Yeah, that could be people if you see just on somebody's Snapchat story, like, oh, party at this address, pull up,
Dude, what was the thing in that was like promoting? Remember that in the Snapchat stories?
Yeah,
like
no,
our first year out of high school? The
Die lit. Yeah.
Die lit.
Hardcore apartment
videos
parties.
on Instagram, there's just like girls like slumped over, like dudes yakking on themselves. So messed up.
No,
like, bro, these people are getting exposed.
What did they say? Like season 5 or something? It was something like that. Episode 5 or
Dude, I just remember
episodes.
So if you guys have seen that on people's Snapchat stories, the BYOE, leave the drama at home. Those are my favorite. The leave the drama at home. You gotta be careful at those parties though, because if they're on their story, anyone can show up. So definitely bring someone you know.
They're the greasiest ones.
Yeah, they are. They are definitely dangerous.
Kind of reminds me of Royce's parties.
Yeah,
that was kind of
what I was thinking of.
I wouldn't call it low key, but a more low key version of the Die Lit.
Yeah,
yeah.
You just got people you've seen, people you haven't seen, people you know. You just got a little bit of everybody there, jumping off balconies and shit.
That's what's cool about like high school parties, because you'll know a good amount of people there.
Yeah, that's one thing. I never really partied until I was out of high school, and then I was going to high school
here.
parties.
Yeah,
we're just saying if you do that, but we didn't do that. We had campouts, which are way better anyways.
Yeah, which I would classify campouts as a kickback, probably either a hangout or
like a nice
kickback.
middle way.
I think so. It was a kickback, but things did get crazy though.
But it was never like random people.
Yeah, and and it was usually just the boys hanging out. Once the girls got there, things got complicated. Dudes, hey, break vlog, piece of advice or tip. Some dudes act real funny in front of girls. So your buddy might be doing whatever, and next thing you know, he's Mr. Macho Man, Mr. Money himself. So don't act goofy around girls.
Or just don't
change
bring
up.
girls.
Yeah, facts. Yep. But don't change up.
Yeah, leave the drama at home.
Yeah. Leave the drama at home. Don't switch up if there's girls around. They can read right through that and you look dumb. I've watched it happen.
Oh, that's right.
That's a piece of advice for any hangout, kickback, whatever. Just be normal. Like that's it. Like just act like yourself.
We're just worried about the drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a good time. That's all that matters.
Facts. You don't have to go and like do whatever. You can just chill and just hang out and talk. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Some of the best times I've had are just chilling and talking.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Most of I'd say the top memorable moments were at the hangout because everybody's got the mutual connections. You got similarities within each other. Where not as much crazy random stuff goes on, but it's just I feel like it's more fun because everybody's connecting on kind of the same level.
Yeah, especially like if you and your buddy are on that same level of drunk, it's just that wavelength. Like there's just some about it that it's like the unspokenness bond that you have while you're both at the same level of intoxication. if you're over the age of 21.
Of course.
And you have good conversations, Socratics maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had some good like talks and debates, man. The politics can come out. You got to be careful with that one.
They have came out today.
Yeah.
I'll just leave that there.
That's true. As we are recording this, Roe v. Wade was overturned. We're not going to give our opinions on that at Break Vlog because that's not what we do here. But whatever you think, keep it to yourself. We don't care.
Yeah, the Break Vlog is a apolitical channel. So
yeah, we're just here to release videos and Brakecast.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, definitely have some good debates and Socratics. You can also really get to know someone well because, the saying goes, drunk words are sober thoughts. So sometimes people feel more comfortable and open up, and you got to be able to kind of, accept that and just be able to help them out because, you never know with some people, like what they're going through. Sometimes, with, alcohol is a depressant. So you just got to be careful, to hang out if someone is saying stuff to you that can happen. So just be aware of that.
Definitely let your confidence side come out. So you give less of a
hoot.
A darn.
What other people think or say. So you just kind of let it eat, and then sometimes it will bite in the tuchus, and
that's
sometimes
true.
It won't.
I mean, that's
words
true.
of wisdom right there.
That really is. Honestly, this one is a very knowledgeable podcast. Like this episode, I think, there's a lot of good tips in here. A lot of it happened with us through trial and error. Plenty of errors. I know I had plenty of errors, but it's, you just got to watch what you're doing. But Hangouts, I don't know. I definitely enjoy a good hangout. We've had a lot of those as us three, plus others too.
Yeah.
Hangouts don't even also have to include any drinkings.
No.
I remember having the guys over in my parents' basement, have a couple little Caesar's pizzas going around. We got some GTA on the TV.
Yeah, dude, I remember Sam and I, like, we would be at his mom's house and we play MW2 missions like all the time. Yeah, dude, those, if you're younger, like, take all that in and like really remember everything because like you won't get those times back. Like I miss some of those times for real. Like just hanging out, chilling in basements, playing video games, no responsibilities.
Oh, we were at Sam's the other weekend. I brought it up, the old battery war we had up in his upstairs house.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but I remember you guys saying stuff about that. That was funny.
I think I just turned the light switch off and people are just throwing crap at each other.
Yeah.
And Sam says, you got to be quiet. And then boom, everybody just breaks out laughing. He's like, you're going to wake my parents up. Who threw a battery?
Shout out Sam, but that dude was always so like, he was always on one about his parents, like anywhere. Bro, you remember when we were at my house for my 15th birthday and y'all were on the roof at my dad's, like way back in the day?
Sam's mom got
Dude, my dad still brings it up and he's like, I don't know why she did that. He's like, I had no idea. It didn't matter. That was crazy.
What was her response? I forgot. Or is she just mad?
She was mad, and I think she like told my dad something, and he's like, "Oh, okay," and then that was it.
Yeah, the roof
she wasn't a fan.
Spot.
It was just people chilling on the roof. Like it weren't jumping off. They just sat up there.
It's like 10 feet up.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, the Hangouts, man, those are iconic. But Kickbacks can be pretty iconic too.
Oh, absolutely.
Good.
That's where a lot of nicknames come from.
Fact, because you're more aware of what everyone's doing, so that's when you let loose more, and funny, memorable stuff can happen, like just goofy stuff that people still bring up like 5 years later that you did that you'll never leave.
Yeah, and like you got little hangouts in your parents' basement. When it turns to a kickback, usually parents aren't around, so you ain't got nobody telling you to keep it down.
Or if you have like your own place too, that's perfect to invite people over. Once you have your own place, that's the best. The freedom you got. We talked about this last week on the podcast with dorms. Like the second people get dorms, a lot of times kids, they're 18 and they're out of their parents, and they will, like, before school starts, they'll just go and just booze as much as they can in their dorms. Like just get ridiculous because they got nothing to do but like drink and just live the college life. But
no, it's the first time you have that freedom. Because I remember, like, it didn't matter what it was. You could just like say to your buddy, like, hey, you want to crack a beer? Doesn't matter what time of day, what day of the week.
No.
You just do it.
You could brush your teeth with a beer if you wanted.
Yeah.
Your mom wouldn't say no.
I remember bringing beers into the dorm shower.
The shower beer.
The shower beers.
Break
They're
vlog.
great.
Recommendation: a shower beer. There is nothing that tastes better and wakes you up and makes you feel good.
Or before going out, a shower beer.
That's true, because you get
It's
clean.
twice the refreshness.
Yeah, you get clean and you get started. Make
Two
sure you
birds with
pregame the
one
bar
stone.
so you don't drop like hundreds of dollars.
Yes, that is a great idea, especially if you go out of town.
Oh yeah, me and Zach could attest to that. I'm sure you can too, Brandon.
What do you mean?
With Nashville, when they charge $8 a beer, or
Dude,
$9,
that's sporting
depending on the
events.
place.
Sporting events are expensive.
Yes.
Like they give you like little bits for like super expensive. That's why when you go to bars, you got to find that one bar that's got the good deals. Everyone's got one in the town. There's always that
Roberts.
one bar.
Roberts.
Roberts.
Yeah, if you're in Nashville, go to Roberts Western World.
You
I
just
think-
get a bologna sandwich and a Busch Light for the same amount of price as one beer from anywhere else.
Oh yeah, it was
That's
literally,
crazy.
it was a bologna sandwich, a moon pie, a bag of chips, and a PBR, I think, for $6.
Dude, we got to go move.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds sick.
Oh, and they had $2.50 Busch Lights all day, every day.
Dude, at this place here, they have after 9 on Wednesdays, they have dollar drinks. And they have something called an apple pie shot, and it's Everclear and apple juice and cinnamon. So you can't taste the Everclear. And
For
if you
$1.
down them too quickly, you're on the floor. Dude, since it's $1, I've seen dudes with like a tray of like 20 of them for him and his buddies. Or like 20 apple pie shots.
Oh my.
And they're not like in shot glasses. They're in like smaller cups, not like a normal cup, but not shot glasses. So, and they're good. You can't taste anything. It's dangerous.
Remember, Break Vlog does not endorse binge drinking.
We do not.
Or
Always know your
underage.
limits and always find a safe ride home. And don't leave by yourself too. It's when the
buddy
kidnapping and stuff
system.
happen.
Buddy
Yeah.
system.
Hey, shout out Scouts, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for our listeners and watchers, Zach and I were in the same Boy Scout troop when we were younger. So we had plenty of scouting scouting hangouts. All the stuff at all the hanging out at Boy Scouts in different groups too. That's another thing too. Sports, we all did track for 2 years. That was fun. Hang out at practice after. Sports you can really grow with each other through sports. Like we got some funny memories. Like when Sam was sleeping on the bus and his head kept moving up and down, like he kept bobbing his head when he's asleep.
When you threw away Sam's water bottle.
Yeah, and he blamed Zach.
You literally told him I threw it away. He said, Zach, I didn't do it.
Bro, we just got messing with him. We just kept
Sam
roasting
was definitely
him.
the target.
Yeah, we just kept roasting him during throwing. That was funny. Shout out Sam if you're listening.
Yes.
Oh man,
that was fun.
Yeah,
I think we should talk about some parties. I don't think we've really gone over that yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I feel like a common interest between all of us is the campouts.
Yeah.
So I mean,
because we haven't really all partied together like that.
We've had a
Except for
couple of
few
house
times,
parties.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever been anything since I've moved out here.
Oh, that's true.
Like with
Yeah.
you guys, at least. We had the
Well, when you-
campouts.
Yeah.
I remember the last day of senior year camp out.
That was a cool one.
I think Alex stole a no parking sign. From
Yeah,
school
Michael
and
had that photo. It was
and
Jake next to it.
shoved it in the ground.
Dude, because I always had my camera. That was clutch. Make sure at parties and stuff, bring like a disposable or bring something. You can get some funny photos on there.
And
Dude.
videos.
Yeah, I had so much. Yeah, the Snapchat memories. Gotta get some
Yep.
content for my eyes only.
But yeah, funny enough, also that same night, I got fired from Dairy Queen.
I remember that.
Yes,
Oh yeah, you worked there.
Yeah, I texted my manager. I said, "Yeah, I'm not going to be in today. You need to find somebody to cover me." She said, "That's your job." I said, "Well, I tried. Nobody volunteered, so now it's your job." I'm not going to be there. She was like, well, you got to be there. I said, no, this is me telling you I'm not going to be there. And then shift time comes around. She texts me, all surprised, well, where are you at? I said, I told you I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
And so the other manager Snapchats Royce and tells him that I'm fired. So I got fired over Snapchat
But
of
it
a
wasn't
friend
even
of mine.
sent to you.
No, he Snapchatted my buddy, and then Snapchat. He told me because he was at the party too that I was fired. So I got fired over Snapchat that wasn't sent to me.
Hey, but that
I
camp
think
out
you
was
have-
worth it.
I
Oh,
think you have,
absolutely.
terms for a lawsuit there, wrongful termination,
Yeah. Camp out. I was thinking in my head, camp out versus last day of high school. What am I gonna? I mean, camp out versus work. What am I gonna wish I did more in a year, 5 years, whatever? And it's like I didn't like my job at Dairy Queen, so I said I'm going camping.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah. I
that's
still
a break
think about the
blog
camp
tip,
outs.
you know?
Yeah,
It's a
ditch your job to
Break blog
party.
tip. Yeah. If you have a part-time job and you have a once in a lifetime experience that you could do, but you can't because of work, just quit.
There you go.
Just go. Like I still think about those camp outs. Those, oh my goodness, those things are fun.
Yeah.
I haven't experienced anything like that, like since those camp outs. Those are fun.
Yeah. For any listeners that don't really know, just find one of your friends that has some land or something and just have a bonfire and just hang out.
Yeah.
Like that's all you need to do. The rest,
Yeah,
it'll
or like
take
even
care
like
of
a big
itself.
barn too, if you wanted some,
Yeah.
or a garage, man. Garage kickbacks. Those are cool.
Yeah.
There's something about a campfire that always gets me. It's just
It's true.
you sit around the campfire, have some discussions,
Yeah.
jump over the fire,
Yeah,
do
you got
whatever you really
got
want.
Rowdy running
Yep.
around.
You
R.I.P. Rowdy.
Yep, stealing hot dogs and
Yeah.
logs out of the fire.
Rowdy is our camp mascot.
Mascot, yes.
He was an icon, and we hope that he's doing well wherever he's at.
Yep. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Rowdy, Rowdy was a good one. Those campouts were fun though. But yeah, definitely between the three of them, I think personally I like the hangouts the best.
That's where I was
Yeah.
gonna go.
Yeah, I would agree.
Definitely a hangout.
I think so. Yeah. For me, it's just a chance to really like catch up with people and see how they're doing, especially when you get older too. A lot of the times you don't see each other as much anymore. So like a hangout is just a great chance for like all people to catch up and like, you got to celebrate your W's and, laugh and do whatever and just catch up again. Because eventually,
Yeah.
as you get older, you have families, jobs, responsibilities. I mean, Zach's, engaged. Like he's hopefully going to be married at some point in time. Like that's just another thing that, you have a responsibility at. So as you get older, I think the hangouts are at. Because like when you're younger, though, like you're trying to party.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my bad. Go ahead.
No, you can finish.
Oh, I was just kind of saying like, I guess your priorities change depending on how old you are. Like when I was younger, like I first got to college, like I'm trying to throw down. But like when it was my senior year, I just went to parties just to see people. I made it a hangout. Like I would just talk in small groups and just walk around, and that was it. That's all I cared about. Because I was like, this is my last year. I want to enjoy it and talk to all the dope people I've met here in Arizona. And that's what I did. And then like campouts, sort of same thing. Like, I'll still go ham when I'm back, but it's just a chance to talk to people that I don't normally get the chance to.
Yeah, that's why I jumped at the opportunity to go to the spring break trip with all the college kids. Still, I was like, I've been graduated from college now for 2 years. I'm kind of out of the school scene. I've just been working, just living the working man's life. So they all said, "Well, I'll going to Nashville for the trip. You want to come?" Well, we got 8 of us together. I said, well, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Didn't want to miss the opportunity.
Exactly.
No, I wish I went to that. I would have gone if I had the chance.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Luckily we got to put, most of it on the weekend too. That really helps.
Yes.
So yeah, when you're planning trips, guys, make sure everybody could go. I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. That's another thing too. I guess we didn't even talk about like the spring breaks or the winter break trips. Those can be like all of them. Like you got to plan cool spots depending on what your objective is. Like for a spring break, for example, like if you want, I know here in Arizona, a lot of people go to either Puerto Penasco, Mexico, or go to Cancun. And those are kind of the big party spots in Mexico, because obviously the drinking age there is 18, so it doesn't matter. But if you want more of a chill one, I've seen people go to like San Diego, LA, Havasu more party-ish, but like San Diego, LA, San Francisco, anywhere kind of in California, or even like Colorado if you want to go there and like ski and do whatever, or Flagstaff. But that's another thing too with your trips, finding that objective, because if you want to kind of hang out more, and do whatever, there's places for that. But if you're just trying to go, just have a good time and just go crazy, there's places for that too.
Yeah, it's all planning and cost too.
Yeah, that's the other thing,
That's a
because
huge factor.
So Cancun is expensive. Was it? Yeah, it's Cancun. I don't know why I'm tripping. Yeah, Cancun's like $1,000 to go, but it's all included and stuff like that. But like Rocky Point for me was like $300. The room, like living in it, was $100, like 150, and then I spent 150 on drinks and stuff.
Yeah, well, of course, and that's nice because you didn't have to buy like a flight too.
No, yeah,
You know,
I could drive it. Just a little warning: if you're ever driving through Mexico, definitely be careful of speed limits and make sure you get Mexican insurance while you're down there. Because if you don't have insurance and you get pulled over, you could get jail time, and that is really tricky.
Really?
Yeah, like it's yeah, if you don't have insurance down there. But the insurance, you can get like a week pass or something for like $80, and then you split it with the people in your car, so it's like $20.
That's a nice thing. Splitting prices. We were
Yeah.
able to stay. What was it? 4 days, 3 nights in Nashville. It was like $140 a person for 3 nights in Nashville. That's a deal.
It was a deal, and we were pretty close to downtown too. I mean, we Ubered because it was still, it would have been like a 20-minute drive or so, or no, it would have been like an hour walk. But it was like it was like a 5-minute, 10-minute drive. So
yeah, and plus with Uber, I mean, you split it again. Like that's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
Like going
I
in,
think it was
like
3
that.
people for $10.
Yeah,
it's like $3,
maybe $10 a night for for Ubers each.
The Uber XL wasn't even that bad either.
No,
we took an XL and a normal Uber. We had 8 of us go.
Dude, that's dope.
Nightly total was maybe $30.
Yeah,
dude, that's cool though. Yeah, that's always good. Checking on that. Piece of advice, I know for me at least, there's like peak hours for Ubers and peak places. So there's in where I'm at at Arizona State, there's Mill Avenue. That's where all the bars are at. If you're on Mill Avenue, the Uber prices are $10 more. But if you walk, like I've walked to the next street over and I've gotten $10 off of Uber just because like the Mill Avenue is so crazy. If you go to some like back street or whatever, you'll be fine and you'll get like a cheaper Uber because of that.
Yeah. And timing for sure. Because when we were like pre-gaming at the house, I'd be like checking the Uber prices and they'd fluctuate in like 2 minutes. It'd be like, it goes up $10 and then it goes back down to like, $7 total or something. Yeah. So just don't like jump on the first price you see whenever you're trying to get
I think if it took you, if the drop-off location or pickup location was on Broadway, that costs more, fluctuates the price. Where you walk 2 blocks the other way, no, it drops the price.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't use the Uber app. I use Lyft. I know on Lyft there's a save and wait button like option, and that's really cool because you can save like $5. I just call it early, and it's a save and wait. So then you wait like an extra 10 minutes, and you save like $5 for the Lyft. So I just call it 10 minutes early. So then by the time it gets there, we need to leave. So that's just nice. That's kind of just a cool option, I thought, that I've used many times to go and Lyft and Uber to parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So now whenever you guys are at Hangouts, Kickbacks, or party, does that change what your nightly beverage would be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think Hangouts can have probably a more diverse beverage selection because you might want to have a wine night. I'd classify a wine night as a hangout, but if you had like
hangout,
but if you're at a party, it's like you're probably just gonna be drinking beer or whatever, like mixed, probably not a mixed drink.
Yeah, so for me, for hangouts, I like it. If it depends on how much we're doing. If we're chill, maybe like a nice mixed drink or maybe a beer or something. A kickback, probably just a couple beers, really. But then if it's a party, it's pretty much anything I get my hands on. Like Like I've said this many times. I've graduated college, but I was in a fraternity, and for us, so we had to pitch X amount of money, and then we would use all that pitch money. So we have like over $1,000, and we'd spend it on booze. And since I pitched and it's unlimited booze, I would sit and drink as much as I could. And then since sometimes it'd be in my house, I'd take some. Like I just take some because it's free beer and free liquor. I'd take some and put it in my room. I'm like, I paid $20 for unlimited booze, and I'm gonna take advantage of that. So that kind of pins like, I'd have like the natties and all that and drink them as fast as I can and mixed drinks and shots and maybe a liquor ball sandwich or two.
For another Brakecast.
That is a break vlog special.
Do you ever do what is it called? Like a Borg?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We did that. It's basically, so for the simplest way, you just kind of get a gallon, you fill with a decent amount of liquor. Don't like put a whole bottle of liquor in there because you're probably gonna never wake up. But then you just get like Mio and a bunch of other stuff. It's basically just vodka, you mix whatever else in there, and that's it. Shake it up, drink it from the gallon. Don't taste it, gets you messed up. It's definitely an underage drink, even though we don't condone that.
No.
There's always a saying I've heard that you don't drink as much as you did before you were 21. Not that I did it, I just think that's curious.
Yeah, I feel like there's definitely some truth to that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think there is.
Yeah, I think as you mature too, your thoughts change. Obviously, going from 0 to a couple drinks, even then, it's just, I don't know. I guess just you kind of get. I know for me, so at parties, eventually, like when you're a senior in college, and a lot of the girls who go to parties are like underclassmen. So it's kind of weird when it's like, oh, you just graduated high school. Well, I'm about to graduate college, or, oh, I'm actually student teaching high school. It's like, for me, like I'd meet girls like that were freshmen and they were 18. And I was like, well, I'm student teaching like 17-year-olds. So it was just the weirdest thing. That's how I knew it was time to grow up. Like, that's how I knew. I was like, I'm ready to graduate college. Like, I'm done with this. I've matured. I've moved on. Like, I'm just here to see people, and that's it.
No, I swear kids on campus look like 10 times younger than they did when we were freshmen. Like,
I know. I swear it's like every single like generation like that. I don't know. Like everyone looks younger and younger. It's probably what's in the water from Alex Jones. Look up that quote. What's in the water? He's right
about everything.
Yeah, it's turning the frog something.
Break Vlog recommends. Go watch. Info.
Yeah, we're actually a right conspiracy theorist podcast.
I wouldn't say a conspiracy theorist. I'd say reality. Truth
seekers. What is it? Individual researchers, alternative researchers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So our time is wrapping down. Does anyone have any final thoughts before we kind of wrap things up?
So are we all kind of in agreement that we're all in the hangout phase?
I think so. I think it's the hangout.
So, yes.
Hangouts are eternal. They can never go away. I could be 100 years old and I'll still be hanging out, but I'm not partying at 100.
It's kind of cool too. As you age, the hangouts change. Instead of playing GTA, eating Little Caesars pizza, and
you're playing GTA 6 whenever it comes out.
Yeah, 30 years you'll be playing GTA 6.
Yeah,
smoking a cigar and having some whiskey
and having some nice steaks.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be good. God, I could go for a good steak right now. Like, But I think that's pretty much it for us on the podcast. We all like the Hangouts. Let us know below what you like. And as always, Zach, thank you for joining us. You're welcome back anytime. I think,
yes.
I know I personally had a great time, and I think Jake did too. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to come back.
Definitely. We'll let you know. But all right, everyone, I have been your co-host, Brandon.
And I'm Jake.
And that's Zach. And that's Zach. And this is the Brakecast, and we will see you next week.